What? I am in a different hoodie. Get out of here. No, I'm not from Michigan. No, I'm not a parent, but I'm a proud parent of Michigan. Do you understand me? So, I don't know what the hell I wanted to talk about today. I kind of just wanted to get on here and talk before I lose my drive to do anything that is productive. If this is productive, who knows? I guess we'll find out. I am in Tower City right now, but I guess I'm going to talk about anything. Why not talk about more mental illness? So I don't know if you guys, if I've told you this, I probably haven't, but I have PTSD and depression. PTSD-induced depression? I feel like the PTSD came first and then the depression came after. I don't know. I'm thriving on it now. I think it's keeping me from astral projecting, but we'll talk about that later. I think I astral project and I don't realize it. But anyways, so it's been crazy. This is my first day out of counseling, and I feel a little anxious, feel a little weird. They thought I had like a problem with anxiety, but I think it's just because of the lack of sleep or something like that, because I also have depression-induced insomnia. So that's fucking amazing. It's just great. It all sounds like I'm a big pile of fucking crazy, but honestly, I've never felt more sane. I don't know. I feel like it makes me human somehow. I feel like it makes me, dare I say, normal? I don't know. It's just, well, anyway, let's just say that I've learned how to deal with the triggers. I have my coping mechanisms, and there are several. There are a few coping mechanisms for my thinking mind, and there are a few for my emotional mind. So with my thinking mind, I have to do like my sensing, like 5 things that I see, 4 things that I hear, 3 things that I can smell, 2 things that I can touch, and 1 thing that I taste. Doesn't necessarily have to be in that order. It's basically just to get me in the present. I guess when you're like having a panic attack over, going back into the past, you kind of want to bring yourself back to the present of whatever it is that hurt you. It's not here any longer. And if you have to get out of the situation, then get the fuck out of the situation, So, it's interesting. And then with my emotional side, that was a whole big spiritual journey. With it's really fucking wild. With I had to have a safe place. First I had to develop a safe place, make one in my mind, and then I had to enforce it, reinforce it, think of something bad, mildly bad, and then go to my safe place. And then as I think about things that stresses me out, like you do a body scan or whatever, I would think of, I would think about whatever tense or stress or emotional pains that I have, physical, emotional, whatever. Just feel it out, see where it leads me, see where it goes, and then try to dissolve it. Instead of repressing it, I would dissolve it. Desensitize it. Don't make it as powerful. So basically going through it. And if something gets too emotional, I'll just go to my safe place, happy place, whatever you want to call it. Wow, it's a beautiful dog. So why is this important to have one for your thinking mind and your emotional mind? So let's just say you work yourself up, you start thinking about a bunch of shit, and you start to think about the wrong thing and it gets you into a panic. Or then you start to get to your senses and you go back to your calming place, right? Because you're thinking about it. But what if you're too far gone? What if you're already getting way too emotional about it, You're freaking out, and you don't really know what the hell is up, down, left, or right. You're just fucking freaking out. So, you're not really thinking. You're just panicking. You're being emotional. So now that's when you go to your safe place. The safe place is for when you're far past thinking, and you're just emotional. They call it 2 different minds. Your thinking mind and your emotional mind. It's easier to use the tools in your thinking mind when you're mild or hypo. But when you're hyper, you go to your emotional mind. So you have to calm that down before you can get to your thinking mind to get into your optimal level. Yes, I told you. I've been to a little bit of a therapy. So what this means to me, how this means for me, especially the first day being out of counseling after 6 months, I don't know yet. The whole world is just so open and it feels almost new. Colors are brighter. People are more defined. And being an empath is actually a little bit more controlled. I thought I was going to lose my empathy ability after, no, thank you, sir. I thought I was going to lose my empathy once I started taking Celexa or whatever, taking medication. But I feel like it improved it and helped me focus on it. I can actually feel and not feel. Today I was hanging out with a really good friend of mine, and we had lunch together, and we were talking. She was telling me about stories about vomit and fear and anxiety and disappointment, and I felt all of it. It was just well, now I want to stop, and I just stopped. I just didn't have to feel if I didn't want to. So I know that I have more control. I don't have to use it as a crutch anymore or at all. I can just feel. I can just be me. And if there is something pressing, I can deal. And if it's too much, I know I have a support group. Man, excuse me. Sorry. My support group is very important to me. Without it, I don't think I would be here. I know way too many people who can live without other people. I'm not saying that I want to be alone, but I'm also saying that I'm not lonely. I don't have to be, when I'm alone, I don't feel lonely. And I like that feeling. I feel more independent. I was watching this video by Goddamn Zoe, or Goddamn Zoe, and he was saying something you don't need no man or whatever. And it's yeah, I can pay my bills, pay my rent and stuff like that and take care of myself. That's being responsible. That's not being independent. It's being responsible. So I can be independent. I can be responsible. You know what I'm saying? I can be responsible. But basically what I'm getting at, I think I can, now that I know the tools that I have and need, I can get to a point to where I can involve someone else into my life. The baggage that I have is controlled, and it doesn't have to affect everything or bleed onto everything. I feel healed, and I like that feeling. It's a really good feeling. I've never felt like this before. So she asked me, what does it feel like to close from this session? And it feels like the ending of a season, of a series, or ending of a series, or not a series, but a season. It's sad, it's disappointing. It was so good, but everything has to come to an end. And there's always next season. And she asked me, what does next season look like for you? It's this. This is fucking awesome, recording and having, if I ever get followers, I don't really advertise this, but it's just still something fun to do, So if you ever watch this, thanks for watching. And I hope that I can help. I know I have a few YouTubers that have helped me get through a lot, maybe not major things, but definitely get me over small humps, help me fight a battle, because the war is always mine. If you don't remember anything, if you suffer from any type of mental illness or disorders, remember that you are strong. Because why are you strong? Because a few people, a great number of people, it seems like they don't have to battle their minds like we do. People who have mental illness, they don't have a constant battle just to have a breathing day to feel normal. So remember that you are strong because you battle your mind every day. It literally took me exactly 10 minutes to get here. 11 minutes, 12 minutes. But you are strong because of that. You battle your mind and you didn't hurt yourself. You didn't kill yourself. So you win. You're a winner. So pat yourself on the back for that. No one else is going to do it for you but you. Maybe your counselor, maybe even your friends if you have real good friends. But a lot of them don't know what it's like to go through suicide or, depression or bipolar or anything like that unless they actually have it or study it, So give yourself a round of applause. You made it through another day. Shit, you made it through another hour. You made it through another second. If you're having a panic attack right now, you're surviving this second, the next second, the next second. Okay. I made it to 15 seconds. Okay. I made it to 30 seconds. Made it through a minute. Give yourself your props. You made it. You fought and you won. Eventually, you're going to have to come into love yourself, appreciate that part that's bringing you down. I know that sounds weird. I know it does. But it also is necessary. So, good luck. Keep fighting that good fight. Believe me, it's worth it. Because I know probably tonight I'm going to have another fight today. So, believe me, it's worth it. No, let me go and beat this damn rush hour. Stay safe. Stay strong.